Yo, what is going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking more about Odin, showing off his buffs on some other champions. So today's we're going to be focusing on Hyperion. So, Hyperion is one of the most Fury-driven champions in the game. You're always trying to spam those heavy attacks to proc those Furies. So we're jumping into Labyrinth of Legends to take on Star-Lord, 3 million health, very beefy boy. And yeah, we got 2 aptitudes. The other buffs don't really matter, but I figured might as well just throw them on, why not? So yeah, they're on there. I am running Suicide Masteries as well. And yeah, with those aptitudes, they just make our Furies more potent. So the Furies just get stronger, which means we're just doing more damage, really. So yeah, I wanted to see how this fight would go. I looked up a Hyperion versus Star-Lord video on YouTube, and it was with Suicide Masteries as well. It was about 620 hits. So we're gonna compare that to what we achieve with with the aptitudes, and that was about a 13-minute fight. So this one's definitely shorter, and then we'll compare the hit count and everything after. Of course, like if you really think about it, it's hard because like one run could be terrible RNG, like averaging maybe 0 to 1 Furies per heavy attack. Another one could be amazing RNG, averaging like 2 to 4 Furies per heavy attack, right? But that's out of my control. So this is my very first running. It's the Star-Lord, so we get what we get, and then we'll compare. So yeah, I am running Suicide, so I'm trying not to just spam too many of one special and die to recoil. I'm also trying to heavy as much as possible. To be perfectly honest, I didn't actually watch the video of the other Hyperion versus Star. I just skipped to the end to see how long it was and the final hit count. So I don't know what play style was being used, if they're trying to go for a lot of heavies or not. But yeah, I'm trying to get in as many heavies as I can. I'm trying to maintain the Furies. Right there, we hit some damage caps on the special too, which is pretty nice. He is evading, which is kind of scary. Hyperion has no way to counter evades or anything like that, so we are susceptible to getting comboed at any time if he evades one of our heavy attacks. But yeah, get him against the wall, spam those heavies. Use special 3s to keep up the charges. What are those things called? The nuke looking things. I don't remember what they're called. But we can turn them into regen. I do trigger the regen a couple of times just because the recoil damage does eventually stack up a little bit. I don't want to die. Towards the end of the fight, I do start to go for some L1s to try to get some of those incinerates, because that is definitely a strategy with Hyperion. You just spam special ones, and those incinerates, they tick like crazy, and the incinerates do more damage based on how much Furies you have. So if you have a bunch of them, they can start ticking pretty hard. So here we go for our first L1. We get 3 incinerates, and you can see they're ticking decently, man. They're ticking decently. And with Hyperion, you can just spam so many special ones, but with recoil, gotta be a little bit careful. But yeah, this fight's going pretty well. We've already gotten him down almost halfway, and we're not even at 200 hits yet. So far, so good. We're definitely on pace to beat the 620 hits. Got the heavy counter combos going. So after this fight, we're gonna jump into some Act 6, fight one of the trickier bosses in Act 6 with the aptitudes as well, to see how Hyperion performs there. And then yeah, that's all I got for today's gameplay with the Odin buffs. And then I also recorded a little bit of Nick Fury with the Fury with the aptitudes, increasing his Fury buff, because Nick Fury, Fury's in his name, so of course he has Fury, and it's a pretty potent one too. So having the aptitudes, making that stronger, is pretty sick. And then yeah, if there's any other champs you guys want to see me do with these Odin buffs, let me know. I was thinking about Captain Marvel movie. I think she could be pretty sick with those aptitudes. I was actually thinking her in incursions with a bunch of aptitudes could be pretty nuts, man, because you get 5 Furies with her like every single fight. So having those aptitudes on those Furies, I haven't tested it yet, but yeah, I'm definitely inclined to see how she performs with all that. I'm still also waiting to see if Kabam does anything about the Odin buff stacks and everything like that, if they change anything. Oh man, a little nervous about that. If they do change something, man, if they like nerf it, they gotta increase Odin's abilities. They gotta do something, dude. The dude needs some help. He's the king of Asgard, man. Like come on. But yeah, we're still just trucking through this fight, trying to spam those heavies, get those Furies up. We're now over 300 hits. The RNG on the Furies is weird, man. Sometimes I'm over 10, sometimes I'm like stuck below 3. I really wish Hyperion had like guaranteed at least one Fury on his heavy. I really wish he had that, man, because like when you get none on a heavy attack, it just it feels so bad. It feels so bad. We need a 6-star Hyperion, dude. That would be sick. Hopefully, dude, there's actually a chance that we're gonna get a 6-star Hyperion soon. There's a good chance. I'd say there's a 50% chance that he's in the next featured crystal. So I'll be on the lookout. I would totally rank 3 a Hyperion. I wouldn't be able to awaken him. He doesn't need to be awakened, but of course it helps. And low Sig, like Sig 20 Hyperion as a 5-star, is pretty much just as good as like a Sig 200. So that would be really good for a 6-star, man. I really hope he does get added as a 6-star. I'd love that. I'm going to be going for the next feature as well, trying to get Immortal Abominations. So if Hyperion's in there, man, oof, that'd be sick. You guys know I got those Cosmic T5 CC Catalysts. So yeah, I'd very much so love to give Hyperion one. Yeah, special 3 doing the damage cap as well. We're about to trigger the second Enrage, and yeah, we're not even over 400 hits yet. Only got less than a quarter left to go. He's doing a really good job. Ooh, that special one didn't get any incinerates. That also feels bad. I wish that's my only problem with Hyperion, is sometimes it's just the RNG can be so against you. I wish he just had like special 1 guaranteed at least 1 incinerate, the heavies guaranteed at least 1 Fury buff, and maybe the special 2 it increased the chance to stun per Fury buffs by like 10% or something like that. That'd be nice. Just a way to increase his RNG. I'd love that on Hyperion. It's actually crazy how old Hyperion is, man. Hyperion came out in 2016. He came out. I was playing when he came out, but just barely. Like I was still in the intermediate bracket in Arena, and I picked up 4-star Hyperion right when he came out from the Arena, man. The very last champion I could obtain through the intermediate Arena bracket, which was great. Still remember that, man. Really good times. I still remember when I got my Hyperion. I remember reading his abilities, and like back then, I've been playing the game for like 2 months, so I really wasn't that knowledgeable about the game. So you know, like reading it, like now when I read champion's abilities, like I know what to look for. I know how to of course I knew how to read before, but like I know how to read the abilities. I know how to interpret them to the game. But I remember reading Hyperion's abilities. I'm like reading the heavy thing. I'm like, wait, that sounds really good. And I remember using a heavy attack and got like a bunch of Furies. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is insane. So final hit count, 508 hits. And like I said, this was a Hyperion without the Aptitude, 620 hits. So less than 100 hits, which is pretty solid, man, with the Aptitude. So that's pretty impressive. You know, like 500 hits. That kind of seems like a lot, but the hit count is pretty. It's inflated because of the how many hits there are on the heavy attack. But yeah, you can see with the Aptitudes, it makes a pretty substantial difference. And yeah, so now we're gonna jump into Act 6, fight the 6.2 Mr. Sinister boss. I don't think I've actually ever fought this guy with Hyperion before. I think I remember Brian using Hyperion when he was doing 6.2 itemless. I think I just used Ghost every single time for this guy during my Legends run in 6.2. Ghost is, I'd say she's actually the best option for this. Just special 3s deal an absurd amount of damage, so it's really ridiculous. But Hyperion, definitely an option. That special 3 did 50k, not too bad. The only thing with Hyperion here is this node has, I think it's called Prey of the Week, where every time your buff expires, they get power. It's basically like a node for Mystic Dispersion. It can give Mystic Dispersion to pretty much any champion, essentially. So yeah, I do go for some regen here. And I'm trying to not hit him with any basic attacks, because I don't want to incinerate myself with the Backblast node if I hit too hard. I used my special one. I was like, let's incinerate him, and I'm like, wait, he can transfer those incinerators back on me. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. So I just kind of stalled him up to push him to the special 2. I'm not really good at evading Mr. Sinister's special 2, so you should take a little bit of block damage. But yeah, we're doing okay. I prefer to just bait the L1. It's so easy to bait this guy's special 1, I find. But yeah, my buffs are giving him power. And with that concussion on me, my abilities fail, so I can't even like parry. Kind of annoying, but yeah, I do want to keep building my Furies up, so keep going for those heavy attacks. And I kind of found just like special 3s were a pretty good route to go. I just want to bait out some power first. And special 3s are hitting pretty hard. So yeah, gonna go for another one here. He's at 69% health. Let's see how much damage this one deals. See, he takes him all the way down to 56%. That's decent. There's another 45k special 3. That's not bad, man. That's really not bad. Yeah, and I think I've done this fight also with Captain Marvel movie, which is a pretty good option. And if you have the Heimdall and Angelus energy, you can give any champion a Fury buff, so you can do it with Caustic Temper as long as you're poison immune or have some way around that poison damage. I've heard of a lot of people using Quake, but I've heard of people using Hyperion, and like I've seen Brian do it, but yeah, personally never done it. But definitely not a bad option, especially with these aptitudes. I feel like it's making those Furies just way stronger, and it's helping a fair bit. So yeah, he's going down. Hyperion's doing a great job. It's not that much power with the buffs. It's maintainable. You just gotta remember it and not push his power too close to special 3, and then oh no, my buff's expired. And that's the good thing about the Odin buffs as well, is they're permanent, so they don't really matter with the node because they're not going to expire. They could be nullified, but there's no nullification shenanigans going on here, so that's not a worry. And yeah, got him down to 28%. I decided to go for some regular combos here just because he's almost dead. So even if I get the incinerates on me, I feel like I can kill him before I die. I have Heimdall on the team as well, so if I do incinerate that much, I'll have a window where I'm indestructible. That's what happened on the fight prior to this one. I incinerated down to like 1%, but I killed the Havoc. Yeah, I'm just trying to see like how much my regular combos are doing at this point, because the fight is almost over with all these Furies. 15k medium. That's with only 3 Furies. That's pretty solid, man. Those aptitudes really putting in that work. And go for one final special 3, and this dude's dead. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this Hyperion gameplay video with the aptitudes. I think he's pretty solid with them, and again, that's only 2 aptitudes. Theoretically, you could stack way more, especially in like incursions or something. You and your teammates could bring Odins, and like Brian Grant uses Hyperion in incursions quite often, so this could be pretty awesome for him. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this Hyperion video. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this, or if you're sick of these Odin type videos, let me know. I do like to read the comments, hear you guys' feedback. But that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.